Yerp, it's Perp back with another video, and I just got done watching episode 2 of Power Book 4 Force Season 1. Outrageously long title, man. It's ridiculous. So this is episode 2 of Force. The first episode was a really dope first setup, but let's get right into this episode, shall we? Because, we have Tommy kind of reminiscent of Lakeisha and just everything and just really soaking in the city. Meanwhile, a shop gets lit up. This is Tommy's brother JP's shop and whatnot. And Tommy tries to kind of pretty much use this as a way to kind of connect with his brother. And we learn a lot more about his brother, that his brother had a husband. Not really surprised. But we also learn some more things about JP as a character. And I'm wondering, what else is he not telling us or whatnot? Or is he on the straight and narrow? Because Tommy even made mention, like, this looks like, somebody trying to send you a warning or something like that. So we'll have to wait and see with that. Meanwhile, you have Walter kind of getting these calls from a doctor, so he's just not at 100%, and he's definitely at the, at his kind of final stretch. And I really like the Flynn family here. It's a very complex family. You got Vic, on the other hand. He's supposed to take over for his father, but he's in love with Gloria, which we finally learned her name. I didn't catch her name in the first episode. And why they can't be together, because it's the whole Irish thing. And Walter lets Vic know, like, yo, once you take over, I don't want anything to change. You can't fuck me over. You can't fuck over the Irish and stuff like that. There's going to be some consequences. And I just like this dynamic between Vic and Claudia, because Claudia is very ambitious. She wants to kind of take things to the next level and have more opportunities on the table, even confronts her father about that, but her father just continuously puts her in a place as, like, look, you run the books. You're not meant to, be out here in these streets. That's for your brother Vic. But Vic's not all the way in there because he's so distracted by, his love for Gloria, that I think it's going to end up getting him killed. So now Diamond and his brother Jay, I'm drawing a blank on his full name once again. He wants to kind of, you could tell that he wants Diamond to kind of go in a opposite direction from what he's going in. Like, Diamond wants to kind of just do this stuff right and not have, like, heat on his back, which leads him and Tommy to finally cross paths. But speaking of Tommy, before we get into that scene, he gets into a run-in with an old face from the original Power. I think her name was like Lily Ann or something like that. I don't remember her like very like clearly. I do remember a chick getting her face slashed and stuff, and I feel like she was one of the characters trying to take Tommy out. So we'll get into that towards the end of the episode, because it gets really interesting, and I'm wondering what they're going to do with that. But getting to the scene with Tommy finally making himself known to Diamond and whatnot, and kind of ruffling some feathers with other characters like Eli, that's played by Jeremiah, with the worst fucking dreads that I ever seen. I don't know if that's his real dreads or they just put a wig on him or something like that, but there was definitely tensions brewing there. But for the most part, it seems like Diamond really respects Tommy. He pretty much did the same thing that he did here with, the Irish trying to make a deal and whatnot. Which leads them to get scooped up by some random people. Those are like Rojas people that you saw Jay Moore's character play in the previous episode. And now they want to pretty much want them to work for Rojas and whatnot. So this is the best part of this episode. I think really highlights what this show is going to be all about. That it's very fast paced. You have Tommy and Diamond just going through the different drops and stuff like that, trying to gather as much money as possible. Then Rojas people makes it more interesting by like kidnapping the Diamond's brother, saying like, you need to hurry up before we kill this guy. You know, we kill your brother. And I just really kind of like this, that we get to see all the different dealers within the within Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We see the Irish mob and stuff like Amish, not Irish, Amish mob and whatnot, which was really fucking hilarious. Or I guess they were Jewish. I don't know. But all these different types of ways to get money in here, and I like that Tommy's sitting there just, you know, observing everything. But then we get to this one interesting scene where, you know, a cop pulls up on Diamond while, you know, Tommy's in this like trap house trying to get this money together and stuff, and the cop got his gun out and everything, and it's just being hella extra, bro. And then as soon as Tommy pops up, everything goes back to normal. That's that white privilege right there, man. It's just it's weird. It's weird that shit really works that way in real life. I'm curious to see how other people are going to view that. I feel like it's going to be a kind of a controversial kind of scene. I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about that in the comments below. So now they're able to, you know, gather all the money they need to get their brother, Diamond's brother back. And Tommy, once again, is just always observing, you know, his area and whatnot. They thought that they got one over on them. Diamond and Tommy kind of go their ways, which they're going to end up clicking up again because, you know, I think that Tommy really sees a lot of ghosts in Diamond. I think that's why they kind of they work well with each other. Going back to JP, Tommy's brother, we get a lot more backstory on him. He's hiding these tapes. You know, not hiding the tapes, but he has these tapes of Tommy when he was younger. And then he starts to kind of tell his own story, how he has a son out there somewhere. He doesn't really know where he is. And I'm wondering if they're going to do anything with that later on in the series, because that would be pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because he has a son out there. He's the one that kind of, you know, I guess was the one that kind of sprayed. Oh, so yeah, he is the one that pretty much sprayed up JP's shop. So that's probably a way for him to kind of get his attention, because maybe he knows who JP is, but JP doesn't know who his son is, because it's been, like he said, 14 years. So that's really interesting. I want to see where that goes. So as we get to the end of the episode, Tommy does what Tommy does best, is he kidnaps, like, you know, those two people that, you know, kidnapped them, puts them in the trunk, lights that shit on fire, and it explodes. I was like, that's pretty much Tommy letting Diamond know, like, yeah, you're going to have to owe me one eventually down the line. How soon that will be, who knows? And I loved it, bro. That's just very classic Tommy. And I like this Tommy because he's starting to think things through, but also start to, he's still the same. That's what I want to say. But, you know, he's getting comfortable in the city. He's getting his own spot. I just think that this guy Vic is going to be a very, a big issue when it comes to, you know, him wanting to get with Gloria, because now, you know, these two are definitely going to be bumping heads. I don't know if they're going to end up kind of just putting their bullshit aside. We're just have to wait and see with that. Then Tommy pops up for the final scene to pop up on Lillian, something like that. I'm going to have to go rewatch that season 6 to see her exact scene, because for some odd reason she's here. You know, she is obviously getting away from certain things. I feel like Cristobal might pop up in this series. We might see 2-Bit soon. Who knows, man? I hope that they just don't, you know, introduce something like this and just don't do anything with it later. You know, my only issue with this show, it's not a big issue, is the whole Gloria thing. Because, like, Gloria is obviously for the streets, you know. She can't choose between Vic or Tommy. She obviously is liking them both, but it's gonna make them kind of clash and stuff. But overall, I'm really enjoying where this series is going. I'm very much invested with all these different characters that we're getting introduced to, the different storylines and where this could possibly go. It's not trying to rehash things from the original Power. This is a lot of original like kind of storylines going on. Some that are kind of familiar to others, but let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out.